Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to my channel. I'm Mr. Macemaker and this is a new gameplay in my channel. I found this game a few weeks ago and I've been obsessively playing it, so I decided I will start a new save file with the Sapwood family, that's the one available for the demo version, and I will record myself playing it and hopefully, if you are interested, taking you on the ride. First, a few things. I'm a sort of cozy player. I love games like The Sims. Lately, I've been playing The Sims 4, but I used to play quite a lot the previous ones. I thrive when games have their own narrative, so I will try to make it more focused on the story. This game is a great game on its own. It has a lot to do regarding strategies, and the prompts and the situations are quite interesting. But I found that the player texts that appear on the missions are quite repetitive once you played, let's say, for a few hours. So I will be reading them, but perhaps not that much, and I will define the story regarding what's suitable for my characters and the whole context I will be presenting. Another thing I want to clarify, I'm not an English speaker as a first language. I'm actually from Argentina, so my first language is Spanish. I know I speak well enough to make myself understand by others, but as you may notice, the way I speak is quite odd, to say the least. And well, I butcher pronunciation, grammar, and everything in between. So my apologies in advance. I will try to do my best and I will fail miserably, but alas, my intentions are good. My game will be slow paced. Now we are starting the tutorial of the game and we will be playing it for 2000 years, or at least if we don't lose it before. I found out that it's actually very difficult to lose this game in this state, so I want to make it more interesting with other components. For example, I will be taking a tarot card for each character in order to understand a little bit more their personalities and, well, goals, relationships, the way they approach to others, that kind of jazz. I will not be playing the more strategic way. I will be playing the way I understand my characters would develop in those situations. With that in mind, I present you to my founders couple and their two eldest children. We have here the baron of the family, the patriarch, if you will. He is Miloger of Rosamund. We can see he has very good health and quite a good fortitude. That's very important to me. He has low average charisma and quite a low wit. I said fortitude is important because the main four families, they have a stat that happens to be the most developed by them. For House Sapwood is the fortitude. They are quite physical. They thrive in, tournaments and duels. Even they have good chances on labor, but they are not the most witty, nor the most charismatic, nor the most long-lived, I should add, because those attributes are more common for the Wincestor, the charisma, the Salestor, the wit, and the Crankheim, the long-lived lives. All that said, I happen to have many save files with characters that struggled quite a lot in fortitude, so for me that specific stat is quite important from the beginning. We can analyze here the wife, Penny Neta. Her charisma is better. Yep. The wit is the same, if not the less. I would like to see some numbers here in order to understand without analyzing too deep. She's a little less healthier, but less in fortitude too. Let's see the kids. He's quite good, and she's almost the same. Well, that's the first glimpse on them. They will be developing traits regarding things that happen in marriages, in childbirth, in any kind of situations they have to face. For now, I will start taking 4 cards in order to develop a little bit more of their personalities. I will be using this web app because it is quite straightforward. It has both major and minor arcana and also has both right and reversal phases. For the patriarch, patriarch of the family, we will have a reversal card. It seems to happen like that. Oh no, we have the Emperor. Yes, so much yes. I've been testing this before recording, and the cards that were giving were so full that I would be screwed from the beginning, but no with the Emperor. The Emperor represents authority and masculine energy. It reminds you to embrace your inner ruler and tap into your personal power. Establish order and structure in your life, making decisions with confidence and taking control of any chaotic situations that may arise. Discipline and rational thinking are essential for achieving success. By harnessing your inner emperor, you can navigate challenges with wisdom and assertiveness. Sorry if I butcher words and the general reading. I'm doing my best. We have here our patriarch. He's an emperor in every sense. He has decided to take his own path. He left his family of origin because he knew that perhaps their siblings and cousins and, well, the whole family tree had other titles that were more important. So he wanted to start his own domain, his own dynasty, and he indeed achieved that with his wife and their children. I really like it. He will be the head and soul of this part. Side note, I read the Emperor as quite a traditional character. He would not be so prone to add people that are not on the same vibe as the current house. I will try to interpret it regarding the stats. If they have traits or they have stats that are not quite similar to the Emperor, I would say that he wouldn't like to continue relationships with those kind of people. On the other hand, I think he will try to conquer and to be very strategic with things that decide, and quite a bit rigid with their children and grandchildren and everyone. So he's not interested in emotions. He doesn't give a damn for anyone that think or feel different, and he will try to prevail in any kind of discussion or matter that has any kind of importance. Let's go for the matriarch. Here we have the devil. The plot thickens. Devil symbolizes primal behaviors, desires, addictions, and materialism. It represents the fears that causes obsessions and compulsive behavior. Its ominous appearances serves as a reminder that you may find yourself caught in the snare of worldly desires and unhealthy patterns. This card is a wake-up call to face your fears and conquer them. This is a card of temptation, and it's a warning you to be careful of what you allow to control you. I do love this card. I do have a more benevolent reading, but let's say that Benilneta, our matriarch, she's more impulsive, she's more interested in pleasure, she's more interested in quote-unquote sins. If I could give her the trait promiscuous, I would give it without hesitation, because I think she's not here to rule in a proper, legal, and ordered manner. She prefers chaos, she prefers thriving, she doesn't give a dime on anything that's not her pleasure, the things she can manipulate and orchestrate with others. She will be a cunning presence here. She will be trying to make some people fight. She will not be that available regarding emotions either. She will be more do what you want, nobody cares, and let chaos reign. So I would say they have a complicated relationship going on, because he's trying to tame her in as a matter of speak, but she's not a docile woman. She will do what she wants. She will not respond on any demand that she doesn't agree with, and she will try to prioritize things that are, more joyful, like weddings, invitations, hunts, that kind of jazz. She will not do things like collection of taxes or anything like that. I will try her not to be involved in labor. I mean, we can say that she is helping the bad to be born in the world, but I think she will not be that interested on her family either. So yeah, that's the way I understand this character. For the elder, the second generation, we have the Three of Cups, lovely arcana. Three of Cups is a card of celebration, going out with friends, having a good time, and being a part of a community. It whispers that the universe is aligning in your favor, offering you opportunities and blessings that may have seemed out of reach. This card invites you to embrace these fortuitous circumstances with open arms and an attitude of gratitude. An attitude of gratitude, that was difficult to say. I understand this arcana as he likes to be with friends. He's young, he's easygoing, he struggles a little taking on responsibilities, but he doesn't do it in a bad way as his mother. He's just a little bit more young, I should say. He's more interested in explore the joy of life. I think he will have some difficulties trying to be more firm and to apply rules and to be more strategic regarding other houses and people, because he values more how the others feel and he values more the well-being of the community and harmony between the noble families. He will be sort of my go-to if someone has to mediate in a quarrel or something like that, because he is trying to keep peace. So that's important too. The fourth that we will have is our young lady, Benilneta II. For her, we have the Ace of Swords reversed. That suggests a struggle to find truth and make decisions with a clear mind. It indicates a sense of confusion and muddled thinking, leading to poor judgment and misunderstanding. Ideas and communication are blocked. It is a call to take a step back, pause, reassess your ideas and beliefs before moving forward. Okay, so let's say that Benilneta II here, she's impulsive. She's quite prone to misjudge the situations and people. She rarely gives a second opportunity. She tries to define things quickly and move on, so she's prone to make some mistakes on that aspect. She lacks communication resources, so she will be struggling quite a lot if she has to depend on her charisma. Despite I think her charisma is not the worst, I will not send her on charisma-based missions because I think she's not that proficient while speaking. She tends to be rude or things like that, and well, she will not be the best if we can avoid it. With all that in mind, let's start with this tutorial. As you may see, we have here to move the camera, to zoom in, zoom out, and we have to start paying attention to this pregnancy that has started. Our family begins with the childbirth of the third of the children of the original couple. Here we have an empty slot, and we have to make Benilneta II to help with this childbirth. She will be the midwife. I'm not quite sure she would do it willingly, but taking into consideration that this is a tutorial, I cannot skip it, and my lawyer would be harsh on her if she doesn't cooperate with this, I would say we can go on with this. We have to impose the game. First year comes to an end, and with that, we have our first pregnancy results. My liege, in a chaotic world of noble rivalries and power plays, Benilneta defied expectations and peacefully brought a healthy girl into the world. Who knew such a delicate flower could blossom amidst the thorny schemes of House Sapwood? Yeah, I think that is fitting because Benilneta is not a good character, she's quite a wild one, so yeah. We have here Ediret. I will change her name in order to make it easier to me to pronounce. I would say her name would be something like, I like Benil as a start of women's name, but we say that Det is the way that it ends. I'm realizing it's not easier than the other, but we will go with that. Let's check their stats. She's not as useful as their brothers. Fun fact, it's the first time of all my save files that my third child is a girl. Always I've been giving birth to a boy here. So yeah, that's interesting. Let's take a card to know her a little bit more. Here we have Two of Wands reversed. Indicates difficulties in making decisions, possibly due to a fear of making the wrong choice. It signifies hesitancy and indecisiveness in making important choices or taking decisive action. This card suggests a struggle to find a sense of purpose or a concrete plan for the future. It may reflect a tendency to procrastinate or remain stuck in a state of uncertainty. Okay, yeah, I think that Benilret, she's quite troubled because she has been raised with her sister having all these impulsive decisions and her mother all over the place, you know, being savage and quite devilish. So she really wants to do the proper thing, but she doesn't know how to act. I will try to have her to choose between things when she has to to, to take, for example, a husband, or in order to send her to a mission, she will have to have at least two possibilities, and I might have to delay the decisions, even if it's required the father to put some order here and to make the child go to the path that he was expecting. It would be interesting if she has some kind of power later in the game, because she's kind of troubled and she will not be an easy character to play with on that aspect. Now we continue. We will have to get married our boy and girl, our eldest. We have here our first courtship and an invitation for a hunt. Our bachelor is none other than Ricardus. He has splendid charisma. That's interesting. He's puny. He has quite a little health, but 42 is quite okay, and wit is okay-ish by the things we can achieve here. My only problem is that he's old. He's 41. So we would have like 10 years to have children, and then he will not be able to procreate. I think that my lawyer would have that into consideration regarding that he doesn't have a grandchild for now. And well, I think that, yeah, he may not be into someone that low on health, not to mention that he might not be the most interested on someone so charismatic, because he might fear that he would try to sort of undermine his regency. So that's something to take into consideration. I think that Belineta will be more indifferent to the whole situation there. And for the kid, Belineta II, she has a good fortitude, so she's a good candidate to take this courtship. But I think that she will think that the guy is too old for her, and she will not change her opinion. Not even she's forced to get married. Now we have to wait for the courtship for the maiden, but we can read a little bit more the hunt. We have here from Wincestor House 2. He's quite in the middle, upper middle, I should say. He wants to invite us for a hunt. He's socially inept, but he's meticulous and brave. He's quite not a proper character for the Wincestor dynasty that excels on charisma, but he has his good points on fortitude. He's married to Makilva, and he has a child, rather old. Don't mind me, I'm almost that years old, so yikes. But I'm mumbling. Now we could send someone here. I would say that Benilneta is interested on that kind of things, and she would not hesitate to jump to the adventure. On the other hand, we have to wait the courtship for our dearest Miloger II. A year has passed. We have another invitation. This time we have the host. She's Makilva, the spouse of our dearest GR. She's graceful but meek, superstitious, and socially inept. Well, they are not the most Wincestor of the Wincestors, I should say. I would think that my lawyer is interested on having this going on in order to gain money, knowing that he would prefer his son to be married first. I think that he will encourage her daughter to go. I think that he might fear that she will not say the proper things, but he will insist to make her have her best behavior. Okay, here we go with our first bachelorette. We should drag the son to the matching courtship, as the tutorial implies. We are talking about Mabilva of House Wincestor. For now, everything has to be related to Wincestor, it seems. He has quite good charisma, but low wit and health, and quite okay fortitude for my standards. I think that our ruler here, he will not be pleasant for this matchup, but regarding that these two children are coming up in years, he would try to marry off them as soon as possible, at least one of them. So, dearest Miloger II, here you go. She doesn't have parents with titles, but her sister is a baroness too, Malota. Sorry, I had to read like that, and I had to laugh because it said like very bad girl in Spanish. She's a malota. So yeah, kudos on her. I'm already loving her. Let's continue this. We are starting our third year. Okay, we have another candidate here, but we cannot take her into consideration now. I was thinking on have like 50 years on this first chapter, but I think that it won't be possible regarding time. So yeah, I will play like 10 to 20 years per chapter. Nothing remarkable happened. We didn't gain a thing, or yeah, we did gain a little bit of gold. And Belineta II proved herself. She can, bite her tongue and not be the worst companion. Fourth year, we have another another candidate here. He's older than the first one, I should say. And we have to solve this aunt situation first. Nothing remarkable happened. Benilneta is coming up in age. I think that they might have another kid. I mean, for my headcanon, she would try to have some intimate activity, so that's a possibility. And Miloger, I don't think he's quite comfortable only having the heir, this pair, and the one that misjudges and tries to spoil things. So yeah, I think they would have another one. Okay, someone is attacking, robbing actually, our Benilred. Let's see what's happening here. She's being a victim of this murder with you. She's young. She has nothing remarkable there, but she has quite a lot of wit and quite okay fortitude. That might be a problem there. We have to solve this with wit, and we might lose quite a lot of money because of her age and she not being able to respond properly. I'm hesitant here. I think that Miloger the first would jump and try to protect her child, and he will not trust that activity on anyone else. So yeah, I would like to do so, but here we go. I think that these two will not take into consideration the courtships until the other things are finished and Miloger the first come again. Fifth year, we have here another hunt with House of Salestor. This time we are talking about a guy named Trident. He has quite good charisma and wit, but he's low on the art stats. I think that he would be a great companion for Benilneta the mother. For nothing in particular, you may see that the kid had a better fortitude, but I'm playing that mother called dibs on that. She's the devil nonetheless, and she wants to fulfill that desire of violence and things like that. You know, the instinctual part of her desires. We are finishing our 6th year here, and we have everything to read. Regarding this girl with a strange name that I wouldn't pronounce here in YouTube, I think she achieved the robbery. My liege, the audacious merman and their merry band of miscreants ambushed the House Sapwood garage, making off with a hefty load of gold. Meanwhile, tales of House Sapwood and disastrous fortune spread like wildfire among the rival houses. So they think we are puny and a child of 3 years was robbed here. So yeah, I don't think she could defend any better. How much we lose? A lot. Yikes. Let's try to ignore that and read the courtship thingy. My liege, in a dazzling display of diplomacy at the courtship in House Wincestor, Miloger II serenaded Mabilba with a charming tale of dragon saving, prompting an engagement. To cap it off, they even brokered peace between quarreling courtiers over who should refill the mead. Okay, we have some differences there, but I think they came along. We have our marriage going on here. I'm not ignoring the farm dues. I want him to be available to collect them, but he's the only one that can fulfill that role. As you may see, we need a baron here, and he's the only one, so we have to wait and solve the marriage situation first. As Benilneta is busy with the hunt, I think that Miloger, the father, will say Benilred must come with them and finish this wedding situation as soon as possible, because he has other matters to solve on his own. So yeah, let's continue. We are losing our first courtship here, but we will have other ones. Our second Benilneta is coming on age. She's now a proper young adult, I think. And marriage has been solved. I said that as if it was a mystery or task, but you understand me. My liege, during the lavish wedding feast, Miloger II wed Mabilba, delightfully bonding over spilled wine and their shared love for poorly told jokes. Okay, the shared humor, I like it. That's important in a couple. Meanwhile, a rather oblivious comment earned Mabilba the unfortunate moniker Mabilba the Gullible. Okay, let's take a look on. She's sick. Great start here. Well, we have to attend that. Let's take a look on Mabilba here. We can see she has quite a good charisma going on, and the other things, she's not the best. As a matter of fact, she's gullible now, so she's even worse at wit if possible. Her kids will be dumb as rocks. We finished the tutorial here. I would like to address a few things before continuing. First of all, we have these objectives. I several rounds, so I came across several situations, and in most of them I could achieve everything here without even trying hard. So yeah, it's a matter of time to fulfill these things. I think that it can be difficult dividing the houses early in the game because you may lose someone that's useful for a requirement, but yeah, I'm not bothered by these objectives. I want to draw a card in order to understand a little bit more of Mabilba. Here we have Eight of Wands reverse. Indicates lack of energy and slowness, and things are not moving in the right direction. There might be poor time management, delays, and stagnation. When this card appears in a reading, it suggests that obstacles and complications are hindering progress. The swift energy and forward momentum associated with the upright Eight of Wands are now disrupted, leading to frustration and lack of movement. It advises caution and patience, as impulsive actions may result in undesirable consequences. Okay, it's fitting that she starts our game being sick. I understand that she tends to be cautious and, well, not to jump to new things, mostly because she had a rough life going on. She had too many obstacles. Let's check her relationship panel. She has another sibling that, as we said, is a baroness. So I think that the family was so focused on her sister that she didn't have the proper opportunities to have a good education nor the best medical treatment and, well, the opportunities to develop her personality and traits to the best. So she's reserved. She doesn't want, especially being the gullible now, she doesn't want to be taken as a dumb, so she tends to slow down and maybe even overthink situations. She's not a go-getter. When we think about his husband, I think that he is quite comprehensive with her. He really likes her and he tries to get the best of her without hurting her too much. But Millager, the Baron, has other plans. He wants to do things in a timely manner, so he won't be so delicate with her. I think that the women in the family, especially these two, are quite looking over the shoulder to Mabilba because she's quite slow, and them two are quite the opposite. So yeah, they don't align too well. On the other hand, but in red, she understands what's going on Mabilba's head, and she is more comprehensive, as I said. Perhaps she would be a great friend of her if things allow it. Now, we have to take into consideration this collect farm dues situation. Our only possibility is our Baron Miloger, and we have to go with an escort. I think that he will prioritize Benilneta II despite the fact that he wants to marry her ASAP, only because his wife is not available, and as we can see, his son is not the best for the job either. Actually, he's worse, but he will not prioritize this sending this illness situation. So sorry, Mabilba, your father-in-law has decided that you are not a priority here. Or perhaps he might consider his son to take care of her to have solution early in order to make them have more opportunities to have children. So yeah, shift of plans. Miloger will take her daughter with him, and Miloger II will gladly help his new wife on her illness, despite the fact that he knows little and less regarding medicine and those aspects. So yeah, let's hope the best. Our hunt has finished. Nothing remarkable happened. The illness has finished. Okay. Mileage. As Mabilba coughed up their last breath due to an unfortunate bout of illness, various servants scrambled like headless chickens while the doctor declared the obvious. At least, House Sapwood can now brag about a more renowned demise. I think that Miloger II will be devastated. He surely loved his wife for 2 years at the most. Her younger sister is being robbed again. I'm out of words here. Now the red is 74, mind your tongue, with parents of 96 and 90 years old. She's trying to rob us. She's quite good on wit and health, and we are needing a good wit candidate here to solve this situation. I think that Benilneta would come to help because she wants to prove a point, to show off her own wittiness, and yeah, that's the reason behind this helping situation. On the other hand, I think that Miloger, knowing what happened with her daughter-in-law, he would encourage his son to get married as soon as possible with anyone. And we have already another candidate. She's a sister, perhaps, of my Malota. Yep. We are here contemplating a sister of our departed Mabilba. We have Isa's House of Wincestor. She's quite good on charisma as her sister. Their traits are quite similar. I think she's a little bit younger. I like it. We have to pay again, and this time, this is not a good match because we are attending to which stats are not for it as before, or health, I don't remember. But I think that regarding the departed Mabilba, Malota and their family came to consideration with the Sapwoods that they will offer the hand of the younger sister in order to compensate, well, the death. So here we go. Miloger II, your grief will be suddenly left behind. We collected the farm dues and started the 9th year of our Let's Play. My liege, after trembling before a particularly surly goose and apologizing to every peasant, Baron Miloger of Rosemont managed to fill their cart with a marble, a suspiciously large wheel of cheese and cloth. Okay, we earned goods here. The collection concluded with not a single villager even mildly intimidated. Okay, I think it's good too. Let's check it out. Our eldest son is going to the courtship on his own because the chaperone is always for family of the maiden. We have here from Frankheim House, Godwinus. He has good stats, sort of above. He has no family. Interesting. He's old. He's 45. So yeah, I don't think that my lodger would agree to marry his daughter with him because of the age. We will skip this opportunity, despite the fact that perhaps she's not that uninterested. She might find something nice on the old man. Here we have another thing. Wait, what? I've never seen this pop up. Someone from House Sapwood is trying to swindle one of your family members. Wait, what? It happens to be with wit, I understand. And we have little to nothing there. And this guy, I thought we were friends. We went to your house to hunt, I think. Now he's trying to swindle us. Okay, we can do nothing about that. We have to wait first of all for this robbery to solve. My liege, as dated under rat tag bandits demanded tribute, Benny Red distracted them with a rushes jig out of the carriage, as she did the last time. It is the second time she has been robbed. Her mother seems to be happy, but she didn't help on that. We have another bachelor here, Lagotfus, from House of Wincestor. He has very good stats. We already took him into consideration. He is still old. Yeah, no, I will not agree to that because of the age. And, well, I don't think that Benilneta would agree either. Perhaps Benilneta II prefers elder guys, but I think that beyond 40 years it's quite difficult for them to keep up with childbirth, so I won't recommend that. Okay, we have another guy here, the very same that we said no before. Uh, now he's trying to convince her regarding the 42. I appreciate the change, and I appreciate that the amount of goods that are about to win are higher. But if we think about that, he will spend like 3 years to come with us, and he's already 47. Yeah, he won't have time enough to have children. No, thank you. Okay, we can see what happened here. My liege. In the bustling square, Trident Sales Store dangled a mysterious elixir of eternal mirror before Baron Miloger of Rosemont, hoping to nab the Baron's title. Instead, Miloger laughed so uproariously that Trident forgot what they were selling. Okay, I didn't expect less, but if I have to be honest, I thought we were lost AF. I'm happy. Let's continue. We will celebrate the marriage, perhaps. We started our 11th year. It's difficult for me to make the count on the inverse way. My liege, after parading a collection of embarrassingly overwrought poems and an ill-timed falcon, wait, what? That's harsh. Miller II Sapwood somehow would disaster this, winning both their engagement and a cartload of fine wine generously donated by House Wincestor to sweeten the deal. I'm intrigued about Falcon, but I would not doubt about Miller II tactics. Wait a minute. Will he marry her? Yes, he's going now. We have to take a guest of honor. Let's see this. She's selfless. I don't think so. I think she's quite more selfish, but okay. She's rational and jolly. Let's remember she's quite hesitant and she's quite judgmental. But in this particular situation, I think that their father will insist on the youngest to go in order to make her available if other suitor appears. At least I will close this one. And I don't want to close this one just because I don't know if the marriage will be fulfilled. Okay, and she's getting robbed. Now it's not your sister, it's you. Where do you go when you're alone? How easy is to rob you? We have to collect this, so I hope this to finish soon. Yeah, the first merge was a good one and last like 2 seconds, but now we are having to hurry a little bit more. We have been playing 13 years now, and we can read what happened here. My liege, as the towering cake toppled onto the dance floor, Milo II and Isostis exchanged bows amidst the sweet chaos. Meanwhile, an unexpected windfall of gold showered, okay, that was awkward, House Sapwood when the drunken priest wagered and lost a fortune on love. Okay, we have to send a few things here. We have our new member in the family, Isastis, the younger sibling of our departed Mabilba. She's already meek. And we can see that their parent is already dead. Now, we have to take lots of things into consideration. First of all, I think that Miloger will prioritize them to have children because we are aging and we have no prospect of future. We will send him here to the Deuce thingy, and I'm not sure he would be able to convince her wife to go, especially regarding that he has an invitation here. Perhaps we can use her for the invitation thing in order to keep good relationships with House of Sailstorm. And regarding that, you're not being able to watch my screen. That's a problem, sorry about that. I will fix that for the next video. I'm sorry, I have configured it to the Sims 4 game, so yeah, I didn't realize it wasn't recording the full screen here. I'm watching that you're not being able to see it either, but to be fair, it's almost cut for me too, so yeah, sorry about that. I digress. Let's say that he encouraged her daughter-in-law to go to this invitation in order to make relationships with them. He asked her wife to go to attend the daughter because I think that these views are more boring. So yeah, I don't think he will prioritize that for her. Yeah, he took his eldest son with him in order to collect the dues. On the other hand, okay, the robbery has been solved here. My liege, as the dust settled from the robbery, Benilnetta chastely bashed Girarnaldus' head with a heavy tome while avoiding any loot banditry. Thus, Benilnetta II and the entourage were spared further indignities. Okay, so the mother did well. In order to compensate her efforts, she will soon take this opportunity to go hunting with Waimebas Crankheim. He's chaste, that's good for my lawyer because she's not chaste at all. Lucky, emotional, graceful, peaceful, but careless. Okay, a complex character. He's a widow and he has lost his son too. Okay, he has a little and less to live for. Ah, so dramatical. I should take a card for Isastis. I was forgetting about that. Let's go. Here we have the Seven of Cups. It is a card for daydreaming, illusions, wishful thinking, and fantasies. This card usually shows up when you have plenty of choices and need a vision to make them reality. This card prompts you to prioritize your values and goals and differentiate between that what is truly important to you and what merely appears enticing in the moment. It serves as a gentle warning not to lose yourself in a maze of illusions and distractions. So I think that our dear Isastis here, she likes daydreaming quite a lot. She's prone to escape on fantasies and to lose herself there. She hesitates quite a lot when she has to decide. Similar for Benny Red. The difference here is that Benny Red wants to decide the best, but she has her doubts. Isastis is more imaginative. She's not seeing things clearly, so she tends to believe that things are nicer or more difficult or worse worse than they are. She misjudges quite a lot. So yeah, I think that that's what's going on there. Regarding life, I think that she was kind of spoiled. She was 22 years younger than the Baroness, her sister, and she was conceived when their parents were quite old. So yeah, I think that she's a little bit childish in those aspects. But I think that they get along quite well because he wants to make her happy in order to achieve those dreams that she has. Perhaps if we were playing some sort of more role-playing game, I would say that Isastis has some sort of premonitory dreams or something like that. She's not seeing things clear, but she has a vivid mind nonetheless. Invitation. So, my liege, after their visit to the House Salestor state, Isastis returned to their own domain, leaving behind an air of sophistication and wit that has made House of Sapwood more well known among other houses, another strategic move in the Game of Thrones. And she's ill again. Will he widow any time he has a marriage? Is he that unlucky? And he's not here to take care of her. We have money here and farm goods and things like that. My liege, after a dramatic standoff involving a misplaced turnip ledger and a squabbling flock of sheep, Baron my lodger of Rosemont convinced the peasants to cough up their dues, plus an extra cabbage patch when a traveling merchant confessed to squatting on House Sapwood land. Okay. Regarding this, I think that he will try to address that situation in order to make her suitable for childbirth as soon as possible. So yeah, you go because your father and you want that way. We have another invitation here. We are ending our 14th year. He's the old guy of the Wincestor. I say that my lodger will his daughter to go in order to, keep peace. I mean, perhaps it's like a treachery from them in order to get her married without consent, but we have to roll with that. 15 years have passed. Another guy here, a much better suitor. He's a baron nonetheless, Tolimansius of Blood Oak of Wincestor. Their parents don't have any title, but he does. So he has quite good charisma and fortitude. Wit and health are not the best. I don't think he will be necessarily happy with that. He's jolly, lethargic, and meek. He's coming up in age and he's losing his perpicas. You're not just. You're everything but just. Put yourself in character, woman. You're not just. Perhaps you're not lethargic either, and I would not say you're peaceful. Jolly, yeah, I could say so, but she doesn't want to cooperate with the character. We will try to marry Benilneta II when the invitation finishes. Well, this is the moment and the place. We might try to marry the little one. And if we see, he's 21, no, he's in between, actually. He's near Vanille Red, but she's the eldest, and we will prioritize that. I think, I don't recall. Oh, she's a good one with charisma. Well, my lodger would not like to leave her alone, but on the other hand, he would prefer to keep things moving on here in the house. So he will wait for her wife to arrive and force her to go with their daughter in order to make the chaperone role. I'm nervous about Isastis and her health. Okay, Benny Red came on age. She keeps being jolly rational and meticulous. Okay, we have a dispute here between my lodger the first and his daughter Benireth. I think that the reason she's the instigator, okay, the reason is that she acknowledged the marriage that was promised to Benilneta II, and she became a little bit jealous because she knew that her sister wasn't taking it seriously and she was even avoiding her duties in order to get a better prospect. But his father has nothing to say about. He has decided that, so he will not be the one who conceals and try to calm his daughter if she's not being rational about the courtship theme. Okay, the courtship has ended. We see that in a dazzling display of charm and sheer audacity, Benilneta II managed to woo Tolimanches with a serenade involving a dozen minstrels and an impressively choreographed dance. This flamboyant courtship secured their engagement and catapulted House Sapwood into newfound fame. Okay, Benilneta second. She's a great dancer. Let's go with that. We don't have anyone to visit them in the wedding as a guest of honor. As a matter of fact, we don't have a fourth member here. We are sort of borrowing a child for our family. Where are you from and why are you here in this wedding? Things like that happen when you have little nobles available. Okay, the illness has finished and she's dead. Freak! Freakity freak! Ah, my liege, while bedridden at a House Sapwood stayed due to particularly pesky illness, Mrs. Sapwood had quite the outburst, calling the nurses bumbling buffoons and earning the moniker Mrs. the Vulgar. Okay, she was dying and she was being mistreated. In between fits of rage, Mrs. revealed an uncanny knowledge of herbal remedies, astonishing all with their wisdom. Unfortunately, even the wisest can evade the Grim Reaper. Mrs. succumbed to the relentless fever, leaving behind an estate buzzing with scandal. Oh, there's too much to solve here. The wedding is in the middle. We have this to go and this situation. If we have another girl to marry our boy, the third is the charm. Perhaps someone that's not related to his family, please. Pretty please. I will say he's 39 now, so he has little more than 10 years to get some kids on his own. I would say he will try to end the quarrel thingy going on here because he prefers peace at home, so yeah, he will do so. The quarrel has ended. My liege, during the uproarious quarrel at the House of Sapwood, my lodger robustly hurled squeaking pig at Benilre. That's parenting 101, yeah. Probably earning the lauded title My Lodger the Hale for their spirited resilience amid the chaos. Okay, now we have to order priorities here. My lodger will have to take these dues to collect the farm dues, and I think that he will prioritize his daughter in order to keep a close eye on her and to teach her good manners and not to disobey him. So my lodger II will assist to his sister's wedding. My lodger II has been widowed for the second time, but his sister has successfully got married. My liege, with a flourish of bows and cake large enough to double as a fortress, Benilneta II and Tolimanches ended the wedding in matrimonial bliss. A harmonious union was sealed despite the towering cake threatening to topple onto the priest. We have some issues. And this guy is ill too? Come on here. How I am supposed to play if everyone is getting ill as soon as they got married? I think that she will not give a damn on his illness. She is not that kind. He will not be available because he has to get married as soon as possible. Let's take a look on our maidens. Here we have Jochese of House Crackheim. She's not a charismatic woman, but she is quite average on the other stats. She doesn't have a title nor her parents, but she's quite cheap and not a Wincestor that I dare say. That's important now because every Wincestor is dying on us. I knew that they were prone to get ill, but I thought that was mostly when you were playing as them and not when you marry to them. In this case, we have this woman. She doesn't have a title nor her parents. She has better stats, but she's a Wincestor. She's not related to anyone that we knew, but she's being chaperoned by an aunt or something like that, but I'd like to think that they are related. I'm not sure here. He would prefer going with the Wincestor's one, but regarding that 2 up to 3 of them had died upon us without having children, I should say that we have to try something new here. I'm sorry, but he is getting anxious because of the lack of grandchildren, and I totally understand that. We have this invitation going on, and I think that Benilneta will gladly accept to go with Heliascus Wincestor before Crankheim. He's promiscuous. She will go without hesitation. Yeah, I think she will enjoy pretty much that journey. We collected our dues here. Let's see what happened. The same that happened before, but the new thing here is that after parading through muddy hamlets with an entourage the size of a small army, Benny Red managed to collect every last turnip task, ensuring House Sapwood is now the talk of every nosy novel from here to House Sapwood. So she agreed to calm herself and to do what father was expecting of her. I'm not sure he would allow daughters to take care of him, and they are not that friendly. I could draw a card for him and talk about his personality, but he's almost dying. So let's say that if he overcomes this illness, I will do so. For now, we have two candidates to marry the youngest. I think that they will not have any more children. She came up to gray hair, so she's not able to conceive right now. We can see that our best chance is with the old guy of Wincestor. I don't want to know a thing about these guys. They are dying as flies. He has good charisma and the other things are meh, but he's 36. The other kid is 22. He lacks charisma quite a lot, but he's a bit more healthier. And I think that's quite a thing to prioritize here regarding that everyone's dying. I don't know what to do here, but I think that 19. He will have like 14 years approx to deliver children, and he will have like 12 more. I would say that given the lack of children on third generation, my lawyer will prioritize this guy, and he will send his other daughter to chaperone them, and whatever has to go with Tolimanches, I'm sorry, it will happen. We have played 20 years. We finished with this invitation. My liege, during the visit to the House Wincestor estate, Benilenta shared a secret recipe for stew, causing Heliascus to swoon with delight. This culinary diplomacy dramatically boosted House Wincestor's trust towards House Sapwood. I don't know what are they talking about. He's indifferent. I know you're not seeing that, but you have to take my word on that. He didn't change at all. Regarding the courtship thingy, my liege, in a shocking twist at House Crankham's courtship, Beniret turned Citine into a betrothal after a rather theatrical display of affection, culminating in a precarious juggling act with golden coins and that scattered lost to the echoes of the grand fall. Does it mean that we lost money? Okay, Benilneta II, you are the guest of honor here. You have no choice but going with them. Let's close this thingy and he's on his own, and this illness is on the third. I will play 5 more years on stop. I want to solve the Tolimanches situation if it's possible. I'm finding here a competition going on. It should go, but they are not available for now. Wedding has solved itself. My liege, in a twist fit for a bard's tale, Benilret exchanged vows with Citine at a wedding, while making short work of Osewins with a surprisingly elegant stab. Okay, he killed someone on his family. Happily ever after has never been more eventful. I want to watch who has. He killed his father on his own wedding because he was happy and celebrating. I would say that now this swordman and archer thing is important, so he will he go on his own? I don't think so. I think that the swordman has to be Benilneta or perhaps the archer. It's clear for me that he cannot get married before him to pass. I was parrying the situation. I was trying to make it go for good. Sorry about that. I don't know. I think that the best case scenario is to take them both here because they want their children to have child, and we can see that Benilneta is not. Well, we could say that she has the role of swordswoman, and Benilneta will be her archer. Okay, I'm happy with that resolution. So let's play a few more years here. We have another courtships going on, but we have no one to get married with. Okay, these two are fighting again. I want to take a look on his personality now that he has not dropped ill the first 2 years of his marriage. So let's take a look on that. So regarding Citine, we have the Five of Cups reversed. That indicates disappointment in love and emotional matters, but signifies a shift in perspective and a newfound ability to heal and move forward. In this reverse position, the card speaks of your ability to accept the past and let go of any regrets or disappointments. So I would say that Citine was previously engaged with another girl and he was deeply in love with her. but that got sour because their family didn't feel that he was a proper suitor and they broke the commitment and he has to take another wife. Perhaps he was even expecting to be married to Benilneta II because he feels she's more interesting and sharp because she always speaks her mind and she doesn't care about others' feelings. And he's starting to meet Benilred, but he's not 100% sure that she's the one tough thing to happen because you have no option. We have to decide if we play upon him helping his wife and his father-in-law to solve the differences there. I think that Benilred is expecting his father to take some type of care about Solimanche's health, and she cannot understand that he's prioritizing other things. But on the other hand, Sitin could properly address the situation, helping this guy and well, trying to make it go peacefully, question mark, because I don't think he has, well, he's not the worst. I would say that House Crown game that because it's so related to the length of life and those matters, he would be a little bit more prone to help others in those medical issues because of the values of his original house. So regarding this conflict and that situation, he will try to help the sick first. Let's see first what happened here. He died, and he was carved by soup. My liege, as Baron Tony Manches of Blood Oak languished in bed, suffering from an illness, the nurse arrived with a steaming bowl of soup. In a tragically comedic mishap, Tony Manches recoiled from the piping broth, knocking it over onto their own face, resulting in a grotesque scar. Later, they succumbed to their illness, leaving behind the legacy of a faint heart who couldn't even face a soup. This is getting worse and worse, even worse. He has continued his courtship. We have to attend this, but I'm not sure if he will prefer to go. Because they are crack lanes, I would say he will go on this situation. My liege, in a surprising twist of romance and mercantile cunning at courtship, my Lord II won over Iogese with tales of future wealth and prosperity, and long lives, I should say. Witnessing the affair, the crowd questioned the bride-to-be as Iogese the Fool. Okay, the previous was the gullible. He's doing his best, but I read here that he's reading almost misreading or something quite difficult with fiancés due to their particularly unpleasant demeanor. Okay, so she misbehaved here, but yeah, he's trying to do the best. I love his beard, but fortune is not smiling at him. Now he and his brother-in-law are in the wedding. I'm sorry, I cannot bear this situation. I shall continue the play. So must go on, I shall say. I didn't draw a card for him. You might realize that. That was the level of illness that he had. On this situation, I have nothing to do. Okay, they came back. My liege, while Helianskis tried to hit the target but managed to graze an unsuspecting courtier's hat, Benilneta II Sapwood calmly landed arrow after arrow dead center and snatched the golden trophy, leaving House Sapwood the only thing anyone could talk about. I don't expect less from you, Benilneta II. You made your father proud and you have won the right to be married again because you have no other chance on that. My liege, with a single pirouette and a flick of steel, Benilneta, the mother, sent Barksandani's sword flying into the chicken coop, securing victory and ensuring the bards of House Sapwood would not be shutting up anytime soon. Okay, they thrived. I was expecting that. They delivered everything that was needed. But children? Anything else? So yeah, this situation we have three actually, things to take into consideration. The first, she has to be married ASAP. I will not take a Wincestor in this gen, I'm sorry. We tried and it failed 3 times upon us. I don't think Benilneta will help their family with this quarrel situation. If so, she will encourage them to fight. So yeah, she will not be here for them. Benilneta II, she will take this courtship situation on her own, and her mother will take a break and sip some wine on this wedding. The third wedding of his son. I cannot believe it. Let's have a look on this bachelor because I wasn't paying attention. He's Winus II. I believe that his father was trying to marry to us a few years ago, but he's 32. He has a younger sister. His stats are mid. Nothing else to say. farm dues to collect, a hunt to do. Our patriarch is now an elder. The marriage has came to an end, and he's married for the third time in these 25, not even 24 years. So my liege, in a twist of fate, my Lord II and Jochese are now blissfully married after the priest miraculously dodged a fatal chandelier accident, interpreting it as a divine blessing. Meanwhile, an overaged servant discovered gold in a forgotten chest, benefiting House Sapwood. My liege. Okay, plot thickens. As the wedding bells chimed and vows were exchanged, House Sapwood cunningly added a silver of land to their domain, cleverly gifted in a toast by the ever magnanimous Godwinus I, who may or may not have had one too many goblets of his name. I think that she has a lot to do on that. She sort of seduced him to get some advantage on him, and that's my headcanon. We will roll with that. You say you're just, but I know you very well, Benilneta the First. You are devilish, devilish, Benilneta. We are getting up in gold, but not in goods. We have to take that, but we are not free from our quarrel thingy. So Benilneta will do her best going to hunt and avoiding any kind of further responsibility. Regarding the other two situations, the courtship and the war, we said that my Lord II, I was about to make a mistake here. My Lord II would gladly mediate in anything that happens to go wrong, so he will act here. I think that Sitin will want to come close to his sister-in-law because he was sort of in love with her, despite the fact that he's trying to overcome it. I think he will prefer to do so. And Jochese, now you can wait for a while. Perhaps you will. Let's hope he not to get sick. That's everything I ask for. The quarrel has ended. My liege, in a heat of the quarrel, amidst shattered goblets and flying accusations, my Lord I stood unwavering before Benilred's furious tirade. Courage gleamed in their eyes as they boldly held their ground, earning the admiration of all. Oh, and he died. Are you happy, Benilred? You killed your father! You were so adamant making the things the way you wanted that you made that a thing. He had no rest in his life. Rip, my Lord I. We have to go to your funeral here. I think that the daughter will accept the guest position because she's so mortified by this situation. I think she feels really guilty about everything, and she will try to live honoring his father, knowing that she should overcome her hesitations if she wants to go to some place sometime. Okay, the courtship has ended. As the bachelors of House Crankheim fumbled over their words and tripped over their feet, Cetin remained a relentless person, defending their charge with unwavering determination. The courtship may have been chaotic whirlwind, but Cetin's unyielding presence was a beacon of resilience. I hope you managed to keep her virgin at least. My liege, in an unprecedented turn at House Crankheim's court, Benilneta II bowed the gathered nobles with a peculiar courtship gift, a live chicken to ward off bad spirits, and to provide a good health, I should say, because you have no luck here. This bold move enchanted Godwinus II, leading to their engagement, much to everyone's bewilderment. Now they are going to the wedding, and we have no one to make a guest of honor. Funeral has ended. I want him to pass the crown as soon as possible, but I should make Benilred go to this marriage situation in order to hurry this up and, well, in order to make her live by the will of his departed father. Okay, the coronation is going on. We have here a claimant of Sarah Wincestor. We all know that she will die in a few years if she's coronated, but alas, we have to keep up with that. She's meticulous and we are talking about charisma, she has a good one. I don't think our kid would manage to achieve the title. We might lose the game right now, right here. I mean, her wife, she might claim it if she comes at time. It would be an interesting thing to happen. My liege, amidst the clamor of surprisingly lively wedding, Benilneta II and Godwinus II tied the knot. A sudden appearance by a wild party crasher only added to the merriment, sealing their blissful union with an unexpected twist. Okay, I hope you're happy and got many children because this is not working for us. Then in let us second, you're prone to act. Your mother is not here and you might think you are good enough to jump up to that place. I think that many red would hesitate because of the order of the years, but yeah, you will not hesitate despite your mother is better. You saw the opportunity and took it, and that was important for you. Now we have this visit to make. We have those two that are just being there. So Godwine is the second. I shall take a card for both of you, but time has ended here for me. I have to finish this record for now. So I hope you enjoyed it. It was a blast. I cannot overcome the fact that these guys had so bad luck with their spouses, but well, it was fun. Thank you for being here with me. Like this video, leave a comment, forgive my poor English, and let's play a little bit more soon, shall we? Bye bye.